Well, friend, it is time to be prepared, not scared. I feel like that is the perfect theme or approach to Uranus and Gemini. Now, this doesn't actually happen officially until April 25th, but you may be feeling it now. We've probably been feeling the lead up to it the last couple of weeks. And Uranus officially enters Gemini on April 25th, 2026. And I may be looking at my notes from time to time. It will be in Gemini from August 25th until May 22nd, 2033. And if you've been following other astrologers, you may have been hearing some very scary messages. And it is possible that Uranus and Gemini could bring some scary, unsettling things, but there are also some positives as well. And so I just want to get into it. But I do like that idea of being prepared, not scared. I got that from, I think it's Ryan Y'all, a couple of people in my school community turned me on to them. Great reports on upcoming weather disturbances and how to prepare for natural disasters. And it's interesting too, because there's something about them that's really calming, even though they're talking about all these like catastrophic things that could potentially happen. But I love that the intention is to prepare people and to help people stay as safe as possible. And I think one of the reasons why watching them is so calming or soothing is that they're clearly living their genius. Like they are living their authentic, true selves. And I think Uranus and Gemini is an opportunity for all of us to tap into our authenticity at a different level. So I think that's the higher aspect of this. But I am going to get into the more potentially disturbing things because, again, it's good to be prepared. Now, Gemini has that trickster energy. Uranus and Gemini, lots of information, lots of misinformation could definitely be coming at us and coming at us fast and furious. People who are not even astrologers are saying that AI in particular is going to develop faster than we've ever seen on the entire planet. Things that used to take 10 years could potentially take only a year to be developed and get out there on the market. So we are going to have to develop a whole new skill set around technology, adapting to technology, and adapting to a faster pace. But the irony is that the trick to doing that is to actually slow down and be more present in the body. There could be potentially system failures because, Gemini rules communication. So as a result of that, there could be power outages more often than usual. There could be disruptions to the supply chain, the food supply, because, Uranus does have an impact on the economy, the material things. And so be prepared, maybe set aside non-perishable goods, be prepared for limited food supplies, limited water supplies, maybe for like a week or two, hopefully not longer than that from time to time. It's always good to have cash on hand in case ATMs don't work, or it's always good to have a little bit of room on the credit card in case ATMs don't work, but you can use a credit card at some places. So even if you only can set aside maybe like, $5 a week, in cash somewhere, just go ahead and do that, because you may need time or you may need to have access to cash and small bills of cash because people may not have change for bigger bills. So, just start preparing for that sort of thing. Again, be prepared, not scared. So that can be the downside of Uranus and Gemini, dealing with some of that stress or, potential anxiety that comes from those types of disruptions. Um, but again, Uranus can also impact our nervous system. And I do feel like Uranus and Gemini does coincide with this continual expansion of the nervous system, the way our DNA is changing, the way new light codes are being turned on in the body. A big part of what many call the new Earth is not necessarily like a new physical planet. It's just that our bodies and our nervous systems are going to have to adapt to new levels of energy. And we're being given the capacity to handle this expanded energy. And I think some of the anxiety that people feel is that they're unconsciously feeling this transition, this change in the body, in our nervous systems, in our DNA, but they don't have words for it. And this is one of the reasons why I wanted to do this YouTube channel and to, begin to reach out to people and support people because I've been feeling this for years. and I wanted to have a space to talk to people about it. And so, definitely let me know if you have similar experiences, if you have been feeling your body changing and upgrading. If you're experiencing maybe different types of meditation, seeing different images, having other messages channeled through to you, maybe put in the comments below DNA if that's coming to you. Oh, I should also introduce myself in case you're new to the channel. Welcome if you are new. I am Darice of Moon Life Illuminated. I like to talk about astrology and also just our changing times, the way energy is changing on the planet, how we are becoming a new human. I also like to support people in moving through these challenging historical times, helping them calm down. And I like to use the astrology of our times because I feel like the astrology is like an energetic weather report for what's happening, both individually and collectively. And it's just a great starting and jumping off point for a lot of what I've been experiencing on my own spiritual mental health journey. And I like to help support people along that as well. And so if you're new, welcome. And if you're returning, welcome as well. Welcome back. Do always appreciate it. And now, like I said, with Uranus and Gemini, these next 7 years, we're going to be exposed to a lot of different challenges, a lot of information, a lot of stimulation of our nervous system. And the thing to ground us in all of that is the body, those somatic practices. Um, because my intuition is that the more shadow work we have done, the more we've cleared out a lot of the traumas that are stuck in the body, the healthier and stronger our intuition will be. One of the things we were discussing in my school community is that sometimes our intuition, it can be masked as our anxiety or our fears. And so what helped me get discernment around that, to be able to tell the difference, was to actually really move through some of the things that were keeping me stuck in old patterns, old loops. So when you work with other healers, doing the body work, breath work, yoga, massage, even physical exercise on a regular basis can help relieve a lot of trauma that's actually stuck in the body sometimes. So the more that we are in our physical bodies, the more we're not disassociating or numbing out or running from what's scaring us, the more we're able to actually move through those feelings more quickly, alchemize them faster, the clearer and stronger our intuition will be. Because the more in our bodies we are, the more we will be able to distinguish what is real and what is not, especially as AI in particular becomes more sophisticated. I feel like in many ways, in the way and when our ancestors had to navigate the wild, they had to rely on the instincts of their body to know what was true. I remember one time I worked with one healer who, I think it was the training in the military, where like at one point, people are sent out into the woods. And I actually knew someone who actually did this experience in the military, as part of their training. I think they were out in like the woods for like maybe 3, 4 days and like with no like electronic communications, like nothing to help them navigate, like no cell phones. Like they really just had to rely on their own wits and their own intuition. And this healer was also saying to me that when people do that experiences, what they're not realizing they're actually following is the unconscious or their conscious intuition of their heart. The sacred heart energy is what guides them, that lets them know what's safe and what is not safe. So the more we can be in our sacred heart energy, the more we can relax into our actual physical body, the more we can hear the actual intelligence, the guidance, and the wisdom of our physical and sacred heart. And it's also the physical and energetic energy of the gut, your intuitions, like the third brain, that sacral part of the body. And the more that you give yourself permission to allow your mind, your heart, and your gut to be in alignment, in coherence, you will be able to navigate more clearly and more calmly these challenging times that Uranus and Gemini will bring to us. And at the same time, the energy of Uranus and Gemini will also energetically strengthen our ability to listen to our gut, our heart, and to bring them into coherence with the mind. So that's what I'm excited about with actually Uranus and Gemini. that we're going to have more support in learning how to listen to our nervous system, to listen to our sacred heart and that energy. So that is the upside of it. I know many people are scared about Uranus and Gemini because most people talk about the fact that the last time Uranus was in Gemini was during World War II. And we had a lot of horrible things happen during that time. And also, it was the beginning of the computer age in many respects, new ways of communication, new ways of translating codes. So that planted a seed of where we are now in terms of some of the really good things that we can do with technology. The fact that I'm here on YouTube and I can communicate with literally anyone on the planet through this platform, I like to think that that is a good thing. It does connect us in a nice way. And yes, there are challenges with social media and YouTube and all these other things, but there's challenges with everything in life. And at the end of the day, we just need to learn to navigate them. And we have to believe that we have the skills to develop the skills to navigate what we have. I fundamentally do not believe that we are ever going to be given more than we can actually handle. That is just my belief in my relationship with the divine. And I'm encouraging you to take that on as well. That whatever challenges come your way, that you will also be given the skill set and the support to meet it, to transcend it, and to alchemize it. That is what it's ultimately all for. Because I believe that all of us here on the planet, we have a role to play in making the world a better place and making things better for the collective overall. Excuse me, I'm gonna drink a little bit of water here. So that's basically what I wanted to come in and talk to you about with Uranus and Gemini. And just allow yourself to be open to new forms of communication. And a lot of what's going to be coming towards us, I think, will actually improve our ability to communicate with one another. That could be the upside of Uranus and Gemini, that things will become more streamlined and we will find ways to use AI in a more humane, compassionate, and sophisticated way at the same time. And that is my intention. That is my prayer. And I invite you to have that intention as well. But let me know what you think. Feel free to put that below in the comments. What's coming to you? What do you think about this? And I may do more videos or audios about this throughout the month. We'll see how the energy flows. I am also going to be doing more audio only on YouTube going forward. So hopefully that means I'll be able to come in and share with you more. Feel free to let me know what you'd like me to talk about if you have questions, if things are coming to you. I also want to invite you to join my school community. It's $9 a month. We meet once a week, sometimes more than that, but at least usually once a week. And we just come in and connect, talk about the energy of our times. People can ask their astrology questions. People can also just come in, share what they're moving through, either professionally or personally. And it's a great time just to receive connection and support from others. I also do offer my one-to-one witnessing you session. That's 30 minutes. And that's a shorter version of my longer 90-minute you illuminate a session where I have the opportunity to help you work with the astrological transits and also just maybe move through whatever is keeping you from living from your true zone of genius. And I use astrology and other modalities that I have accumulated over the years to help people move through those things. I'm also going to be coming up with some other offerings later on. So I'm working on that currently. So stay tuned for that. I also have my free podcast, New Sacred Mirrors. It's its own channel on YouTube, or you could get that on Spotify at the time being. Those are the two places right now. Eventually, I'll get them on other platforms as well. Oh, the other thing too, when you join my Moon Life Illuminated School community, you get access to my private podcast, which is Honoring My Light. So if you'd like to check that out as well, feel free. Again, the school community is just $9 a month or $50 a year. And I do love everyone in my school community. It's a really great community. I highly encourage you to come and play with us whenever the time feels right for you, when you feel called to do so. And thank you again for your support. I'm wishing you so much love, so much health and wealth, joy, prosperity, take care of yourself, make time to spend quality time with your loved ones, stay hydrated, eat healthy, all the things that make such a big difference. With that, always remember to honor the light within you.